Buckle up, fellow time travelers, because it's time for Causal Groove Part 4. Before we get to the final part of this production, some credit is due. First of all, this story was written, narrated, and edited by yours truly, Isabel M. Santine. Additionally, I'd like to thank Jeremy Robichaux for playing the parts of Scruffy and John Groovy. I'd also like to thank my little brother Eli Santine for voicing Loose Cannon. Great job, bud. Big thanks to Chris Coleman for playing the part of Buckley. Last but not least, thank you to all Chosen Few Software patrons, current or previous, and all Chosen Few Software Voices blog listeners. You are the lifeblood of this production, so thank you so much for that. This has been Causal Groove, a Chosen Few Software Voices production. Enjoy the rest of the show. As I fall somewhat gracefully from the sky, I feel an unnatural tug that is not quite like gravity and not quite unlike the suction of heavy mud. The anomaly folds above the horizon, making me even more motion sick. It now feels as though the ground below me has turned inside out, the physical horizon line of the sky collapsing to a single point infinitely far away from me. I hear a voice emanating from the headset in my helmet as my boots touch what I think is the library floor.
I've made first contact, Groovy.
Same here. Where are you, mate? All I can see is, well, I can see all the library from everywhere!
I stutter, realizing that I've realized many realizations today. Not least of all this one.
If you could see the old library, bro, you should know exactly where I am.
Suddenly I see Buckley. No, Buckleys. I start to ponder the question of, how did he get where? And subsequently lose the little that was left of my lunch.
Never mind that. Do you have a visual of the target?
Affirmative, Groovy. Engaging perpetrator now.
The Buckleys hurtle towards me in unison.
Mate, what are you?
Instinct kicks in, and I jump as high as I can, flipping my feet over my head before tapping both of my bootstraps at the same time. I barely have another moment to orient myself as Buckley pulls a gun on me from below.
What the fuck are you doing, mate?
I demand from the traitor.
Setting the stage.
Buckley fires 3 shots in quick succession, but they all curve in different directions. I hear several panes of glass shatter nearby, where I previously believed there were none. Then he disappears with a blinding flash of blue-green light, as 3 giant pillars fall towards me. Completely unable to see, I crouch, bracing for impact from any direction. But it never comes. I shout into my comms as I begin to panic.
This is Agent Groovy to Loose Cannon. I need your help.
Static fills my headset.
Come in, Loose Cannon. Hello? Do you copy?
I look to my right and see a helicopter paradoxically hovering sideways relative to my viewpoint. I wave and jump around like I'm at a secondary school rave party as a rescue line falls from below me right into my face. I grab it, and the helicopter jerks me out of the pull of the anomaly. Loose Cannon leans out of the open door, and I flash a smile at him, but it quickly melts into shock as he, too, pulls a gun on me.
Son, you need to keep it cool and listen to every word I say.
Filled with fear, I do the exact opposite of what Loose Cannon and my smooth brain are telling me. I run away. Fast.
What did Buckley do? Hell, what did I do?
My legs tell me that I have no time to answer these questions, so I continue fleeing, never looking back for fear of what I might see. Then, I remember what Cannon had told me earlier. He's just as afraid of me right now as I am of him. I process this for a good many strides. A small wrinkle appears on the left side of my brain and ignites with thought. As I bound from bookshelf to bookshelf, I reach into my backpack and find exactly what I'm looking for, the 9th edition of the Oxford Dictionary.
I'm the thief. I don't know how or why or even when, but I'm the one who stole the MacGuffin.
Quite naturally to me, my next thought comes in the form of a question.
What would Agent Groovy do next?
I whisper the answer for the world to hear.
The unthinkable.
I turn tail as my strides meld into leaps and bounds, my body bouncing effortlessly off the fractal surface of the surrounding space-time. I see myself directly ahead and playfully toss the stolen artifact to myself, catching it moments later behind my back. By some twisted reasoning, I intuitively know that my pursuers are directly above me. I dart to my left, and my body flies directly through the helicopter door. I deactivate the anti-gravity on my boots, and my world orients itself right side up once again. Loose Cannon stands directly before me.
Hey, loosey-goosey. Looking for this old thing?
I shake the book triumphantly above my head.
Don't taunt me, John. I know how dangerous you can be.
He retorts, his back turned.
In fact, you killed me last week to complete this very theft.
I'm somehow not entirely shocked to hear this. Must be the adrenaline.
So if I don't know any better, which I don't, I'd be willing to bet that you'll do it again.
Loose Cannon quickly flicks his wrist, and his gun falls to pieces on the floor next to him.
Come in, Frisk 49. Meet at the evac point ASAP.
He says to his earpiece. Then, slowly, he turns towards me, hands above his head.
I'm genuinely curious. Why'd you do it? What went on in that smooth little brain of yours to make you think that this was the best option?
I feel as though I'm dreaming, like my body isn't quite all there.
I realised it was my fate. Some weird space-time bullshit is going on right now, and the only non-paradoxical option for me is to have stolen the book.
Good. You're smarter than you look, Groovy Jeans.
Loose Cannon cracks a smile for the first time in 10 years.
Seeing that we've both concluded that this is our fate, go ahead and finish the job.
What? What do you mean?
Finish the damn job, Groovy.
I make a mental note to never anger this man again, as a brown stain forms near my buttocks.
I won't. I can still choose. You can't make me.
Face it, John, we've both been had. Buckley's a damn time criminal. We've played right into his hands. The only way you can get out of this alive is if you kill me. Right here, right now.
We both pause as a tear streaks down his cheek.
Son, I know it's not your fault. You'll be doing the right thing.
How am I supposed to live in myself if I can't even know your name?
Woods. Chuck Woods. Now kill me!
Chuck closes his eyes and folds his hands in front of him. I walk slowly in his direction, step by step. My breathing becomes labored as my mouth dries out. Step. 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 I stop. Now nose to nose with the retired U.S. federal agent. I grasp his wrist and squeeze it gently. He opens one eye as I slip the 9th edition of the Oxford Dictionary into his other hand. Both of his eyes widen as he screams,
Damn it, John!
I wake up behind bars.